Let's play some Jund again. Just got back. Got back a little while ago from Worcester, where I played in the team open and played some Jund, and it was pretty good. We didn't do very well, but we were pretty happy with our modern deck choice and the deck list. Hit the metagame that we had expected pretty well. I feel like there's a lot of Jeskai out there right now, and we were able to beat up on it pretty good. Um, yeah, so that was really cool. Um, gonna play a league, see how this does, see if anything has changed. I feel like Clark Clan Ironworks is a deck that is kind of gaining in popularity, and maybe we'll play against it and see how that goes. Um, See if we need any additional tools in the sideboard for that. Right now, we kind of are lacking. Damping Sphere is pretty good, and Nile Spell Bombs are pretty good, and Explosives is probably fine, and then the discard is probably pretty good as well. Um, but something like Ancient Grudge, stuff like that would probably help that out a lot, and some other matchups too. But like Affinity is kind of not really. I don't know. I haven't been playing a lot of Affinity lately, so um, anyway, we'll run this through a league and see what happens. All right, we're here for round one. We win the roll. This hand sucks. This hand's good. Yeah, this is a great hand. As far as 6 cards go, it was awesome. Opponent mulligan as well. Opponent mulligan to 5. I don't. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Sure. Shit. Okay. Um. Taking the Boros Charm. 2 Tarmogoyfs is going to be pretty good. Okay. But the problem is that we have to take a lot of damage from our mana. So we're basically at 9 already. Like, I could not take 2 here, but we really need to get the clock going. Like, we need to play a Goyf this turn and next turn. And maybe we can snag something with Liliana. Okay. I think it's just... Okay, so Liliana Plus is a lot better against Eidolon of the Great Revel. I think it's just Tarmogoyf, though. And I'm not even gonna... I'm not even gonna crack this Wooded Foothills. Maybe I shouldn't have even played it, to be honest. In case I draw, like, Blooming Marsh or Blackleaf Cliffs. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. Opponent has 3 cards in hand, which is very scary. We could make them discard 1. Don't think that's really the right play. Now maybe it is. I think I'm going to do this now. They could have like 2 lightning bolts. This makes it a lot less likely that we're dead this turn. Especially because they only have 2 Boros Charms left in their deck. Something like Swift Spear. Okay, they discarded a Goblin Guide. So that means we have lethal if we can survive this turn. Okay. Okay. So I believe we're all set here. Okay. Wow, was that close? Okay. Like, obviously, it's better to make them discard and then, you know, hopefully they discard a creature and makes my timer waves bigger there because my timer waves were only 3/4s. But we didn't really have any guarantee. We had no idea what they were going to discard. I almost... No, I guess we had... I guess it makes sense to not play the Goblin Guide that turn because of our untapped Tarmogoyf. So I guess we could have probably deduced that it was Goblin Guide in their hand, but or Swift Spear or something like that. Don't know. Really interesting game. All right, so we got to take out 7 cards. Bring in these 4, 2 Duresses, and a Blightning. Yeah, this is how I've been boarding for this match for a while, bringing in like a couple of Duresses and 1 of Blightning, along with the 4 creatures in the board that gain life. Don't really like bringing in Engineered Explosives because just you have all this other stuff. Like, they don't have actually that many creatures in their deck, and you have all this other stuff that kills it for much cheaper. So even though you might be able to get a 2-for-1 or something with that, or like a Jund Charm or whatever, it's just like not very likely. Yep. Okay. I don't love it, but it's good enough. Keep. Don't know which land we're going to play yet. Let's see what we draw first. That is a great start for us. Okay. So that means... So that's a pretty good draw too, so that means we can play this tapped. So I'm guessing that we're going to be facing down an Eidolon here. Which doesn't really bother me too bad. I am wrong. That is a rest in peace. Okay. So, just for the record, I think that that's really bad. I don't think that rest in peace is very good in this matchup. However, I'm casting Grizzly Bear on turn 2. So it looks pretty good with all of my persist triggers and Tarmogoyfs and stuff, but we'll see. Searing Blaze, okay. So I'm going to take this opportunity to Liliana and tick up. And I'm going to get rid of this Tarmogoyf, obviously. Yeah. See, they just have no burn cards. Wow. That's very interesting. Okay, so this makes me think that they might have eng ensnaring bridge. I'm gonna land this kitchen finks while they don't have skullcrack mana up. And I'll play one land here. So let's see what they do. If they go after this Sphinx, then I know for sure that they're just like... Well, not for sure, I guess. No, okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah, alright. So I guess they don't have Ensnaring Bridge. So we're in really, really good shape here. I could play Decay on the Rest in Peace, but that's like really not good. We'll see. I might want to do that later. I just want to land this thing, get my clue token. Like maybe they'll draw a burn spell for it or whatever, but I want to get my value out of it. Otherwise I gotta, like if I want to play 2 spells in 1 turn next turn, okay, so yeah, we're blocking. Right? I don't think I want to block. I think we're okay with this. Like I'm taking like 5 here? Nope, I'm not. Okay. Interesting. I bet it was Skullcrack. I bet their card is Skullcrack, and that's why they're not using it now. Okay, so then let's say go. Wait for them to attack. Maybe this is bad. Maybe this is the wrong play. Sure. Okay, that's pretty good. Sure. Let's see. I don't think that's actually going to be very useful. I think our best play is just to play the Finks and the Lavamancer. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Skullcrack. Sure. So now we're going to be at 6. But we get to attack for a lot. We also have a plan where we can... Like, if they target Kitchen Finks with anything, ever, we can Abrupt Decay the Rest in Peace in response. In fact, I might end up Abrupt Decaying the Rest in Peace and then Kolaghan's commanding my Kitchen Finks at some point. Or my opponent's going to concede, and then we win. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. So we actually had lethal on board with the Ravine, but we actually didn't because we didn't have double red. Cool. Finks was really good. Like, if you prepare for that matchup, you just kind of win it. We got really lucky in the first game, but whatever. Alright. Alright. We on the roll again. Opponent's name is Ramp. Yeah, this is a keep. I don't love going to 15 and then 13. I think I'm going to do it. Yep. Opponent mulliganed. I think it's Blood Crypt on turn 1. I think Quagmire on turn 2 with Thoughtseize. Okay. What in the hell is this? Well, if you're doing that, then I'm not too worried about my life total, so let's just go right ahead. Get this started. Thalia, Thought Not Seer. Kind of sucks because I don't really want to take the Thalia. Because I can actually kill it with Kolaghan's Command, but it costs 1,000,000 quadrillion mana, so we're going to take the Thalia. Sure. Gonna play Thoughtseize again. Take Thought Not Seer. Play Quagmire. And now, hope that we don't get reality smashed by another Eldrazi Temple here. Didn't. That's good. They didn't even play a land. Kind of wish they had. But that's okay. So Stomping Ground untapped. I guess I'll do this during their upkeep. In case they have a path. Alright, so we don't know what their hand is. I think it's right to play the tracker here. It's a little rough. If their last card is Thought Not Seer and they draw a land, then they get our Tarmogoyf. But at least we get this thing in play, and this can fight a Thought Not Seer pretty well. Displacer. Yeah, let's get busy with clues. I guess I also could have played Tarmogoyf there. Didn't really think about that. I kind of just want to jack these guys up. I think that's better, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what our opponent does here. Because I'm double blocking if they try and do anything. Nothing. Let's draw another card. That's a good one. A real good one. So, we're going to attack. With both. See what they do. They're going to take 10. That's pretty impressive. Nope, they're not. Okay. Bolt here. Tarmogoyf. Get some clues. Your turn. I think we have lethal on board. Having 2 trackers and the mana and the time to use them, brutal. Pretty good, pretty good. I don't think that I played that right. I think that there was a turn where I was supposed to play the Tarmogoyf because I kind of get beaten up by a Thought-Knot Seer. But I don't know. Maybe that's not true. Seems to work out. Okay. I like Shadow Guildmage here. I like Huntmaster here. I like Blightning. Explosives is okay. I don't like Damping Sphere. I don't like Nile Spellbomb. And Kitchen Finks is actually a little worse because lots of times they'll board in Rest in Peace. I'm going to take out... They're a pretty fast version of this deck, so I don't think I'm going to have time for Bitter Blossom. And I'm actually going to take Inquisition out. Thoughtseize hits Thought-Knot Seer and Reality Smasher, which are really important. And I think that is it. Let's see how this goes. Looks like a keep to me. No Gemstone Cavern over there. This looks like a Vial. A Thalia with a Spirit Guide. What is this world that we're living in? This is insanity. Okay, so they're not going to do anything. I'm going to Thoughtseize, because I'm worried about Thought-Knot Seer. Nope, that's just the wrong thing. Smasher, Rip, and Spirit Guide. So I'm going to take the Smasher. Next turn I can Dreadbore the Thalia. Next turn I can... I don't know, maybe I'll figure something else out to do. So they got rid of the Dreadbore. They still have Rest in Peace and Spirit Guide in their hand. This isn't looking good. I'm going to need to draw probably a removal spell for Thalia like this turn. That way I can Liliana and minus it on the Thought-Knot Seer. What exactly are you doing over there, opponent? My opponent's back. Alright. They were AFK for a long, long time. Okay. That's a great draw. That's a great draw. That means I can Bolt plus Inquisition something. Probably the Spirit Guide. I guess... Yeah. I guess the Spirit Guide. If they draw a way to play that Spirit Guide, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So we got to get rid of that thing and see if we can win. The last card is Rest in Peace. Now, like, okay. So that's good for us. Hopefully they don't draw a creature. I think they drew they drew something that's not a creature, so that means we get to Liliana this thing, which is great for us. Might even hit a land drop. We did. Awesome. And hopefully we don't get smashed. We also have enough mana to, like, do anything, like kill a creature and make them discard or whatever. I'm going to tick up. And I think I'm going to pitch a Kolaghan's Command. This all seems fine to me. I could have Abrupt Decayed, the Rest in Peace. Don't think that's especially good. At any point they could draw like land plus Smasher, which would be rough for us. This opponent concedes very early to me. Wow. Okay. Well, anyway, 2-0. We'll take it. Let's go to the next round. On the draw this time. Round 3. Looks okay. Of course, we would love a discard spell, but that's alright. This is one of the kind of interesting things about this deck and this format, is that these discard spells, Inquisitions, and Thoughtseizes are so good, but you can't play too many of them, because part of the reason that the deck is good is that it has so few dead draws. You get into the point where if you have 8 of them plus a Duress or something like that, then you end up drawing really poorly late in the game. But you really do want them in the beginning of the game. That Confidant's pretty good, though. Let's see what our opponent does. Horizon Canopy into Aether Vial. Okay. So we're playing against some humans. Liliana's pretty good, but we really need a land. Also, we don't know that we could get, like, Thaliad here pretty easily. Going to be fetching an Overgrown Tomb. Don't know when yet. Okay, I can see why they thought a lot about their play. I mean, about whether or not they were keeping. So, what does that mean for us? Lavamancer is really good. Lavamancer is very, very good. Also, Dark Confidant's really good. So, because I would love to get up to enough mana to get this Kolaghan's Command. I think it's going to be safer for us to play Grim Lavamancer here. Let's see what they do. I'm going to put in a copy of Noble Hierarch. I think right now is a great time to cast Fatal Push on that Hierarch before they can untap with any mana. And now it looks pretty bad for them. However, they don't know that we're kind of also stuck on mana. Quagmire is pretty good. I think it's... no, I think I'm playing Goyf here. It looks pretty silly in the face of a Reflector Mage. But we have another pretty good option if they have a Reflector Mage here. That's kind of interesting. Oh, no, I guess I had Lavamancer up, so that's why they did it like that. But no Thalia's Lieutenant, which is good for us. Here comes a Mantis Rider. And a Hierarch, okay. So that's pretty solid for our opponent. Another Goyf is good. Problem is that the Goyfs suck right now. I think I'm going to attack with the Goyf. And now let's play... Bob is pretty bad. Bob's probably better than Goyf, though. I want to hit this Thalia right now to play around Restoration Angel when this hits 4 mana, or 4 counters. Let's see what we can do here. Not liking our chances, really. I think if we had a untapped land on turn 3, then we probably win this pretty easily. Let's see what the Bob gives us. Bitter Blossom, Tireless Jacker. Yeah, we're dead. Like, we can say go, K command, the Vial, and the Lieutenant. Really thought they would Vial something in there. Okay, so now's a pretty good time to... I think we won't do the Vial and Lieutenant. Let's do the Vial and the Hierarch. So this cuts off a lot of their plays. Our Bob sucks for us, though. Hopefully they attack with Thalia's Lieutenant, and I can get rid of it. Another Lieutenant, so that means they get a 5/5. Okay, so we're dead on board. And yep. I guess the way that we win this is that they make some really bad block here. Okay. We can get them to 6. Okay. Going to sideboard here. The Thought Seizes I dislike, and I usually cut 1 Liliana and bring in the Huntmaster, the Jund Charm, the Engineered Explosives, and the Shadow Guild Mage. The Finks I don't love. They don't really turn the corner well enough. And double green is sometimes tough to get. And we cut the Thought Seizes because of the life total. It's not as relevant, as in other matchups, but like the upside you get from Thoughtseize is pretty low. Like the only 4-drops they have in their deck are like 1 or 2 Restoration Angels, and Inquisitions hit almost everything. And Liliana is still pretty good. I usually board out Liliana against Noble Hierarchs decks, but this one, I think it's fine. Hand looks pretty good. I've also been thinking about boarding out Kolaghan's Command. I think I might do that soon here. Let's see. I think I want to swamp, then play this. So why don't I get a Blood Crypt right now? Thalia, Militia Bugler. What in the hell are you? When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature 3 or less, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of the library in any order. I am going to take... This is all kind of problematic. I don't love the idea of giving them Militia Bugler. Creature card with power 2 or less from among them put into your hand. It's not the worst for me. Freebooter is annoying, but not that good. Champion of the Parish just slows them down a lot, but so does taking Thalia. Let's take the champion. A 1-drop for them would be like really good though, and be a lot of trouble for us. Yeah, that's not good. That's not what I wanted to see. Because now we definitely have to bolt that thing. Play this Ravine. Because otherwise they're playing Thalia, or Mantis Rider. I don't know. I think it's right to bolt there. Here's the Freebooter, which is fine for us because either way we get to kill it. That was actually... Okay. That's actually fine. Okay. Hitting that treetop... Like, we have a pretty good spot to play the treetop now. So let's kill this with Dreadbore and play treetop. And I didn't want to play Liliana into the face of the Mantis Rider. So here's this Militia Bugler thing. Which I guess we're just gonna have to sacrifice. They hit another Bugler. That's pretty good. Really good card. Mantis Rider makes this tough. Not really going to pretend to care about the, like a card in my hand here. I'll make them sacrifice, and then they Mantis Rider our Liliana. I think the one life here was more important than let's see. I think the 1 life was more important than representing a bolt. Okay, so Bloodstainmire. I could do something where I like hold up Treetop Village blocking. doesn't really seem like it's gonna do enough for us. I think I'd rather just play Kolaghan's Command and 2-for-1 the Hierarch right now. No creatures in my graveyard, so it's not even an option. Let's see what they get rid of here. They discarded Thalia, so their last card is the Bugler. The card is pretty good, gotta say, especially in this matchup. I wonder if those are in the sideboard or in the main. They have really changed. A 2/3 too. That's and a Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay. Luckily, we have Treetop Village. I guess I'm gonna not F6. I should probably fetch here. That looks pretty bad if we draw a Tireless Tracker. Oh wow, they had the thing too. Wow, that's a real misclick. Yeah, I guess we do this. And then we get beaten down for a bunch of damage, which is about as fun as it sounds. This card has been very good. I almost wonder if this is what I was supposed to take with that turn 1 Inquisition. I think the fact that they drew a 1-drop with the Inquisition was really like what changed this game. Okay. I guess one thing I could do here is activate Raging Ravine and attack with it. That probably is what I need to do. That way it gets a counter on it. This thing has Vigilance. They both have Vigilance. I guess my opponent's probably wondering about Dismember. Nope. I would trade here if they wanted, so I'm not worried about casting the Fatal Push yet. And luckily we held on to that Bloodstained Mire so that we could get Revolt. That was cool. Well, our best draw is probably... Well, it used to be Tireless Tracker, but then we cracked that land. Direfleet Daredevil for Bolt upstairs. Nope, for Kolaghan's Command. Oh wow, to get back a Mantis Rider. Oh boy. Or to get back a Bugler. Yep, okay. So now we get attacked down to 4. And we're dead. Okay. So, interesting stuff. Not really. Yeah, we'll be back for round 4. Alright, we're back. This is round 4. We're on the draw. This hand looks pretty good. Life total is a little bit of an issue with this one. Scalding Tarn. makes me think that it is going to be a Jeskai opponent, but it also could be Storm. Either way, I'm pretty sure we're just going Overgrown Tomb into Inquisition. The problem with our Bitter Blossom here is if they are actually Jeskai. Ooh boy, this is not Jeskai. This is something totally different. Okay, so that means Bitter Blossom is the nuts here. So we're going to go ahead and take Collective Brutality so that they can't do anything next turn. Leaves our Dreadbores in place. I wonder what this is. Scalding Tarn. They have Dark Slick Shores in their deck. This is probably like fairies or something. Since I drew that, I'm just going to play it. I guess they could have drawn Remand or Mana Leak or Logic Knot here, but they didn't, so we're off to the races. So, alright, what's going to happen here? Liliana's going to come down. Maybe not. Maybe they just don't want to play Liliana anymore. And if that's the case, we can Thoughtseize the Jace, a Mutavault, a Bitter Blossom. Okay. All very interesting. So this seems like a nightmare matchup, by the way. We have a lot of trouble with opposing Bitter Blossoms, especially if they have some kind of thing, like they might have stuff to pump their Bitter Blossoms. We are casting Thoughtseize to get rid of Jace the Mind Sculptor. I guess getting rid of Liliana would also be nice, but like not extremely necessary. And we're going to play the Ravine over the Quagmire. I don't know. Maybe that's wrong. We'll see. Here's a Lily. Each player discards. So now we are pitching the Catacombs. And I think it's just Dreadbore. Into Quagmire. Now we can say go. The problem is we're at 12 and they are at 18. But we have creature lands more than they do. Another Liliana. Okay. We're going to pitch this Bloodstained Mire. No attacks. That's not great. I think we're just going to keep saying go. I guess I could have attacked the Liliana. Now seems like a good time to do this. Actually, no. We wait, and hopefully they attack with Mutavault. Still no attacks. It was a mana leak, so it didn't really matter. Okay. So now we can do that play. I think I'm going to hit a fairy. So now we have more attackers than they have blockers. So we can get after this Liliana, which is going to be important to do. And I think it's just all of these. That way we get to save back blockers for these Mutavaults. Oh boy. That's a bad one for us. I guess it's possible we're supposed to sacrifice something else there. Sacrifice like a Quagmire. Keep a token. Okay. Alright, we're kind of in business here. Let's fire up Treetop and attack Liliana. Doing another one? Okay. So this is fine. I'm actually pretty happy trading a Mutavault for a Treetop here. Oh, and a Fairy. Okay. Well, that's fine as well. Okay. So now we have to race all of this stuff. The Creeping Tar Pit is a huge problem. Hopefully we will draw some kind of like Lightning Bolt card. Okay, alright. Still not doing anything over there. I don't mind it. Firing up Ravine and attacking Liliana with everything seems like a okay plan. That'll be really hard for them to block and kill. Everything but Tarmogoyf, I mean, though. That way the Tarmogoyf can hang back and block the Mutavault. They don't have a lot of great blocking options to keep their Liliana alive here, so looks like they just won't. Okay. So, if we are extremely lucky, we can finagle our way out of this one. The problem is 2 Creeping Tar Pit hits kill us. So we have to draw an answer like this turn, or a way to like kill both of these or something. That's not one. Actually, 7, yeah, we had to try and kill both of those. Alright, I'm not gonna make them go through it. So, oops, I didn't mean to click reveal hand. Interesting. Interesting stuff. Okay. So, Huntmaster seems great. Shadow Guildmage actually seems pretty good too. Duress is great because they don't really have very many creatures. Finks looks pretty good. And Explosives looks pretty good. Yeah. It's all solid enough stuff. I think our own Lilianas are actually pretty bad because they don't have any creatures other than Bitter Blossom tokens usually. They might have some stuff, but and Dreadbore is good because it hits the Planeswalkers. I think we still want Fatal Pushes and Bolts and Lavamancers. They probably have Spellstutter Sprite in their deck. I could see taking out one of the Thoughtseizes. That means we have 8 discard spells. Decay is going to be really important. Hopefully we draw that. Might be tough to resolve a 4-drop. This is going to be... And then Scavenging Ooze would have been really good there in that game. Well, actually, not really, because nobody drew any creatures. There aren't a lot of creatures going around, so let's just do this. Blightning... Blightning's pretty good. I don't know. This looks great. We can take care of 2 copies of Bitter Blossom if they had them. Kalitas, Liliana, Spellstutter. Alright, let's get rid of the Spellstutter. And then next turn we'll get rid of the Liliana. Don't really care too much about Damnation or Kalitas at the moment. Goyf is nice, but I'm concerned about Liliana. So it's Thoughtseize again. Liliana, Fatal Push. Fatal Push doesn't... Fatal Push is a little annoying. I think we gotta stick with our plan, though. I would assume that they will play Polluted Delta and crack it this turn if they don't draw anything good to cast. Like, I don't think they just play Island and say go. Which will make it so that they can't Fatal Push. Mutavault. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is still fine. We do this. We play Quagmire. They go Fatal Push. They didn't Fatal Push? Why did they not Fatal Push? That's very strange to me. Okay. I'll just attack. See what they do here. Are they just planning on damnationing? Well, I don't really have any reason to play the tracker right now. I guess I could, but then I'll just like lose it to damnation. But the problem is that like if I wait, then I could get Cryptic Commanded. This is really weird. I guess I just say go. Which is a little counterintuitive because I didn't make a land drop there. But I get 2 clues. So I'm expecting just damnation here, right? Yeah. Okay. And now I can go tracker. Alright, they played the island, they played the damnation, they have Kalitas Fatal Push. It'll be a little crappy if they have... Well, now we're in great shape. because we play the tracker. Yeah, this looks awesome. We can get a swamp. We can afford that. And now we Inquisition that Fatal Push. Fatal Push, Kalitas. Okay, so they still have... Alright, so they're still going to get their value out of making a token with Kalitas. But between Dreadbore, Bolt, and a couple of clues, I think we're actually in really good shape still. Oh, they messed up. They messed up big time. They got an island instead of another black source. That's huge. That is huge mungus. I think they just have to suck it up and kill this thing. No, they're playing Kalitas. Okay, that's bad. Very bad for them. Let's sacrifice a clue. See if we can get a land drop here. Like that. Before we Dreadbore. Got one, but I can't cast anything with it. Okay. So now we're in pretty good shape. We know that they have Fatal Push. We also know that they have Creeping Tar Pit, which is really bad for us, but we didn't have to use a Lightning Bolt on a zombie token, which was huge. Because we get to save it for Creeping Tar Pit. Let's play the Stomping Ground now before it gets like, this gets like Cryptic Commanded during combat or something. And I might as well just crack one, see what's up. Who knows what we'll draw. Dark Confidant looks pretty good here. So this could get like Cryptic Command bounce or something. We're fine with that. We know they have Fatal Push. They're probably just like desperately trying to get Revolt going. In that case, I think it's Bob. Spell Stutter, which I can bolt in response. No. Oh, they don't have fairies anymore because their Mutavault's dead. Okay, cool. They're done misplaying. They've given up. Sounds good for me. Blightnings I want, and Huntmaster I want. The Dreadbore seems fine. Fatal Push doesn't seem like it's the best. I guess it hits all the creature lands. I like Blightning against Planeswalkers. I like it a lot there. Especially against Liliana. You play like a Tarmogoyf on turn 2. And you really get to smoke them. That being said, we really need to set it up with our discard spells. So I don't really want to cut those. I could see cutting K commands. They're a pretty good answer to Creeping Tar Pit. Maybe I should cut something like that. And then Explosives really... I don't think Explosives is really going to do it for us. I was kind of more interested in that before, but I don't think that's going to be good. Let's try this. Blightning on the draw is so powerful because your opponent will have Liliana on 3. And yeah, this is pretty good. If your opponent has Liliana on 3, like they have fewer cards in their hand as well. So it's just like really solid there. I guess Swamp, Shadow Guild Mage, probably our plan here. I guess I could get Blood Crypt, but that's really aggressive. We got a reader. Yeah, so Blighting's so good on the draw against Liliana because you play your 2-drop, they Liliana and kill it. Then you Blighting them. And, yeah, that's the problem with this hand for sure. I guess I just play Stomping Ground untapped here. Like, I'll have a target. You play your creature, they Liliana minus it. You Blighting their Liliana, they discard 2 cards. They have fewer cards in their starting hand because they were on the draw. Or they were on the play. So because of that, like, Blighting gets so much better when your opponent has fewer cards. And if you have discard cards to set it up, then you're just in really, really good shape. Serum Visions. Serum Visions after the Tar Pit. Okay. So let's shoot this thing. I'm going to cast a Sphinx. I was going to cast a Sphinx, but then I drew a Tarmogoyf. I still think I'm just casting a Sphinx, though. And if I'm doing that, I might as well attack. You never know who's got a Dismember that they want to cast. And I will pay 2, gain 2 here. Yes, cast this, please. Okay. So now we're in pretty good shape. We can stop. You know, Jace isn't that good against us. Liliana's not that good against us because we can sacrifice the Guild Mage. Stuff like Spellstutter Sprite isn't that good against us. If they attack with Creeping Tar Pit, that's not that great either. If they hold up mana for Cryptic Command, that's not that good for them either. I haven't seen Cryptic Command yet. I mean, I imagine that they have to have that card, but I haven't seen it yet, which is a little weird. We're covered against Kalitas pretty well, too. Jace, okay. Okay. So now what we do is Guildmage the Fairy. Hello, friend. Okay. We Guildmage this Fairy. We go get a Blood Crypt. We bolt Jacerino. We play a large Lurgoyf. And then we attack Jace. So this looks pretty good. The Tar Pit is a little bit of an issue, but if they spend their mana on that and then we get to spend our mana on Huntmaster, then I'm like really happy. Not a Fatal Push, so that's good. Two mana. They're probably considering another Bitter Blossom here. Or maybe they're playing Engineered Explosives? No, that'd be crazy. Collective Brutality. Okay, okay. Pitching a Fatal Push, so they probably have another Fatal Push. Okay, so what's great about this is that Huntmaster is gas. It's a little late for you. So we get around Spellstutter Sprite. We get to block Mutavault. Like them not casting anything and just attacking with Creeping Tar Pit like is pretty bad for them. So we're in pretty good shape here. So long as we don't run into, I don't know, Damnation or Cryptic Command or something. Cast down on Huntmaster. Okay. They messed up again with their mana. They got an island when they should have gotten up swamp. That's very bad. Because now we have Finks available. We're attacking them for a bunch of damage. Duress sucks. Let's attack. I don't think it's Bitter Blossom. I think we are in a damage race where we don't have time for that. And I'm pretty happy with any of Mutavault blocking any of this. That cuts their clock by a lot and gives us a bunch of life. So we have another Finks rolled up. Okay. Let's see if we can win now. Inquisition. That's really fine because now they can't attack with Tar Pit. Our opponent actually, like, totally should have won this game and probably the game before, but messed up with just, like, fetching the wrong land. I'm attacking with everything. This Finks is gonna die to a fairy. Like, that's just gonna happen. That's nothing we can really play around. Like, they get a new fairy every turn, so I can't just, like, wait. So now they lose all their fairies. They go to 4. They have Bitter Blossom in play. It's going to be really hard for them to race. Mutavault's really good, though. Mutavault's a good draw for them. That's a good draw for me, though. So I'm guessing that they activate Mutavault, block. Problem is we go up to 17. Okay, so now I have my choice? Is that what's going on here? Between Mutavault and Tar Pit? No. Okay. They're just being weird. I don't really know why they did that. Alright. So they need to draw Cryptic Command stat. Mistbind click. That works too. We're going to lose to Mistbind click. Okay. Unless we can draw a removal spell for it. That'd be kind of funny. Mistbind click. Wow. That's very interesting. The problem is that they can't let me hit with either of these creatures, so they need to leave back a lot of blockers. Either of these creatures, one being Finks, the other being Quagmire. Oh boy. Okay. So I wonder what that means. We're going to duress. Yeah, love it. Okay. So now we'll activate. We're going to trade for a Tar Pit. the Quagmire will trade for a Tar Pit, which is not ideal, but it's fine. It means that they can't activate their own Tar Pit next turn. So Ravine was a good one. That's another good one from them. So here they come in for 4 or 5. Sure. Not a good draw. So they have to block here. I guess they have lethal, don't they? Wow, we're going to lose this one. No, they need to draw a black source for the Tar Pit if they want lethal. Any way you slice it. And it's got to be a swamp or polluted delta for them to kill us this turn. However, just attacking and saving the Mutavault will save them a turn. Alright, we got another swamp in the deck, so we go for it here. We are going to attack, they're going to activate and block. We're going to wait until they do block so that they've only got 2 fairies, so if their last card is Spellstutter Sprite, then we're fine. We also get to play around Cryptic Command through this. If their last card is... Oh boy. We are like extremely dead to Vendilion Click. I never even thought about that. Okay, good. Whew. Okay. Blocking here. And now I'm just main phasing this. We haven't seen Negate or Logic Knot from them yet. We have seen Mana Leak. Could be Mana Leak. It was Liliana the Veil. Whoa! What a match. What a match. That was crazy. Lucky, lucky. Yeah, I was lucky, because this matchup seems awful. Just, like, Bitter Blossom is just so good. And they have ways to, like... They have ways to make it so, like... The way that we don't kill ourselves with Bitter Blossom is by, like, Kitchen Finks and in the board, like, Hunmasters and whatever. Scavenging Ooze. But they can just get rid of their Bitter Blossom. Like, they just, like, cut it off. So that Mistbind Click was super good. That was just, like, the perfect thing for them. Really, really interesting match. All right. 3 and 1. Got one more. Let's do this. Okay. Here we are for round 5. Gonna keep. Seachrome Coast into Serum Visions. Seachrome Coast into Serum Visions makes me think of Ad Nauseum. If I had to guess. Could also be like the SRAM deck or something. So Inquisition first. Ad nauseum, yeah. So one on top, one on bottom. I think the choice is going to be Phyrexian Unlife. I guess I don't know. Spoils of the Vault's another interesting one that we could have taken. Scry to the bottom. They liked their card, we know that. Is it worth thought seizing them right now? Probably not. They can't kill us next turn. So I think we'd rather just play the Ooze. If we draw a another 2-drop next turn, then we'll be in pretty good shape. So long as our opponent doesn't do anything crazy. This is a matchup where I'd much rather have a Tarmogoyf than a Scavenging Ooze, of course. It would already be like a 3 power creature, and this is just a 2/2, and doesn't really have a lot of chances to get any bigger unless I try and Thought Seize away a Simian Spirit Guide. Sleight of Hand is pretty good for them, except it's not as good as... Ooh, Lotus Bloom, okay. K-Command. So now I think we play the Thoughtseize. Like, we could be dead next turn. They Spoils of the Vault on end step. You know what? Actually, we can't be dead next turn, can we? So let's go get a Overgrown Tomb and play Tracker instead. Because they don't have the other piece yet. They can Spoils... I mean, they could. They don't have enough mana yet to play Angel's Grace and Ad Nauseam. They could Spoils of the Vault on end step for Ad Nauseam, but they can't win yet. So let's go get Overgrown Tomb. Okay, now let's attack with our 2/2 creature. We got a 2/2 for 2. We got a 3/2 for 2. These are good cards. Yep. Playing a land. Thought Seizing. Spoils, Ad Naz. So now they can Spoils for... Right? They can Spoils for a combo piece on end step for Angel's Grace. Next turn have 5 lands, Angel's Grace, Ad Nauseam. So let's just take the Ad Nauseam. I guess that's... No, that's better. Because they don't know which piece they need yet, and we get extra hits in this way. So this thing is still not dead. So, okay. They played the Plains. They still have Spoils the Vault, something, something. So, can we kill them now? If we go Bolt, put them to 10, crack a clue, then we have 6 power. We K-Command, make them discard, Simian Spirit Guide, they take 2, and then we can pump once. No, it's not enough. But if we do Bolt them... Let's Bolt them, crack a clue. This is going to make their Spoils of the Vault a lot worse unless they happen to draw like the combo piece to go with it. Okay, Inquisition was a great draw for them, or for us, I mean. I guess I should have done all this on end step. I didn't realize it was not end step. Okay, that's Inquisition. They probably spoils the vault in response and name ad nauseum. We'll see though. They've decided to concede the game. Okay. Well, a lot of discard really helped there. We bring in these guys and the explosives. And we cut the pushes and the Dreadbores. And Bitter Blossom is also kind of bad. I wonder if Huntmaster is just faster than Bitter Blossom as well. Probably not. I also don't think that Jund Charm really does anything. You know what might be faster is a Shadow Guild Mage. That's bad. That's really bad. Yeah, let's try this out. Looks fine. Is Damping Sphere good? Is Damping Sphere good? It's kind of okay, I think. Let's bring those in. And cut Bitter Blossom and Finks. Let's do that. Yeah. I think it's actually kind of good. They go off. They have to win that turn. Right? Yeah. Scene looks great. We have, yeah, Leyline Insurance here. I think Damping Sphere is pretty solid. Lotus Bloom, yeah, sorry. They just didn't do anything on turn 1, so that seems good. Lightning Bolt is pretty poor right now. The K command will be good. It's not a bad draw for them. I guess I could have played that differently, but that's okay. Overgrown Tomb and Blood Crypt is what we're getting. Our life total doesn't matter. So this thing's on 2. We play Tarmogoyf, or do we play Damping Sphere? I don't think we need to play Damping Sphere yet. I think we can get a clock down first. Because we can play Damping Sphere next turn, and that's basically going to shut off Lotus Bloom. I'm going to have to actually discard a card to my own Kolaghan's Command, which is probably just going to be a Duress or a Bolt, which isn't too much of a problem. I guess they could potentially just kill us on our upkeep, or on their upkeep next turn, even if we draw a land in Kolaghan's Command. So probably Damping Sphere is going to be better than Kolaghan's Command anyway. Like, they would need, you know, the Bloom comes into play, we Kolaghan's Command in response, and they go 4 mana, Spirit Guide, Angel's Grace. Actually, they don't have the mana to do that unless they play a land this turn. Then, oh shit. Then they would. Then they would also only need 1 Spirit Guide to do it that way too. Alternatively, playing Liliana. No, that's bad. That's terrible. They have like all spells in hand. We need to keep them off of mana. Okay, so now I think it's Damping Sphere and attack. So now next turn, So they already played one spell, so they can't go off this turn. I guess they could go... No, they can't go off on my turn either. So now we get to do this, where we crack... I'm on a stomping ground. And we're going to Kolaghan's Command, destroy an artifact, and make me discard, because I want to discard my Duress. That way we get to clock a lot better. Adding black mana, I guess they're going to go for like a mini ad nauseum. Why isn't that showing up in our revealed zone over here? Oh, here it is, okay. So they got a lot of stuff. Lab Maniac, okay, that's good to know about. We're going to want to leave Bolt sticking around. We're going to discard Duress. This puts them to 3. They have 14 cards in hand. It's kind of a lot. Okay. So there goes another Lotus Bloom. So now they discard a bunch, and we put them into Phyrexian Unlife territory. Like, their hand is going to be pretty much perfect. That doesn't do anything for us, obviously. We put them into Unlife territory, and then we have 2 Tarmogoyfs in play. Don't think we're doing much better than that this turn. We'll see if they can win through the Damping Sphere. And this Bolt. We'll leave up a Bolt to kill the Lab Maniac if we want to. They might have to, like, go for it, and then get into a situation where they, like, don't have the mana to pay for Damping Sphere for their Pact of Negation when we try to Lightning Bolt their Lab Maniac. We'll see, though. Angel's Grace doesn't actually help them that much, right? You can't lose the game until end of turn if your damage would reduce your life total to less than 1. It reduces it to 1 instead. They're already below 1, so Angel's Grace doesn't actually stop them from just dying on their upkeep to poison. So they probably are trying to figure out how they can go for it right now. And that's not it. Okay. I don't think that there's any reason why we shouldn't just bolt this right now. They can't cast anything. Okay. Alright. So, first of all, I almost didn't put Damping Sphere into my deck for that game. Damping Sphere was nuts. Second of all, yeah, 4 and 1. We didn't hit Jeskai. We didn't hit the mirror. We hit humans once and got smoked by that new card, which is a little scary. And then we also played against white Eldrazi, like a Thalia Eldrazi thing, and against Burn. And so we beat both of those two decks, those very aggressive decks, and I guess we were 2-1 kind of against aggro decks. We beat that Fairies opponent, which seems like a miracle to me because I don't think we can like realistically plan to beat that. Not that that's like a thing really, but that seems like a terrible matchup. Bitter Blossom's just super good against us. That's why I have it in the deck. But that could become more of a thing if people keep playing the Jeskai deck. Like if it's good against Jeskai and against Jund, then it might have a place in the format. I can't really imagine ever beating humans with that deck. Well, you know what? I say that. Back in Standard, I used to beat up on Kithkin all the time, so I don't know. So that looked good. We didn't really hit the matchups we were expecting, but we still came away 4-1 with our one loss coming to humans, which is a fine matchup. It's not great, but it's not too bad, and I don't think there's really that much more we could do to fix it, unless we wanted to add another Grim Lavamancer into the deck or something like that, which we could do. Be pretty good against certain things. It would have been good against the first, that anything with Thalia. It would be very good against Thalia. So yeah, that's where we're at. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And check out my blog, jundlife.blogspot.com. I think I got like John Green says, I got a in the doobly-doo. And yeah, subscribe to my channel and check it out. And I will see you all later. Thank you very much for watching.